split chicken with a dill salsa verde. Okay.
Yum.
This is such a great way to do this. So what I like to do is take your chicken, the oven's up 450, really important. It's got to be cranking. Important that I get this hot. This is probably going to take 30 to 40 minutes because we're looking for an internal temperature of about 160. It's going to rest up after it comes out of the oven. So very simple, salt and pepper. That's it.
What about you, Jeff? What do you do on your roast chicken?
I don't know, maybe a little rub of some sort. I don't know. I like to experiment. I like to get that skin super flavorful.
So I'm just using tongs, and in the beginnings, you just don't have to. But you gotta salt this, right? We're just gonna put this in the oven. We'll take about 30 to 40 minutes at 450. Make sure that oven is preheated. All right, and while this is cooking, we're gonna make a salsa verde.
Ooh, salsa verde.
Okay, so what I like to do with this is use either a mortar and pestle or a molcajete. Into this, I'm gonna put some, you can put whole garlic, but I'm doing it chopped. It helps it just quickens it. Anchovy, a couple of anchovies.
Nice.
Oh.
Oof.
And some capers.
Okay.
A little bit of lemon zest, not a lot. When you're making a salsa verde, you want the greens to remain green. So if you add an acid, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna go brown around the edges. So I try to have no acid in this whatsoever. But that is like adding acid without adding acid, okay? And then I like to put a little large grain salt, not because it needs salt, but it helps as an abrasive to drum this up. A little pepper.
It's a ton of flavor to start with. That's a good base. Is that regular flaky sea salt?
That's flaky sea salt. But this was a smoked one, but I like to use giant, large flakes or chunks of salt just because it gets more of a grind, right? Sandpaper. Here we go.
Hey.
I'm gonna take a thing. You can use a muddler, which this is, or you can use a traditional mortar and pestle.
Now, GZ, can I use my food processor
Yes, you
or
can.
blender?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What are we looking for, Geoffrey?
You're looking
Because I feel like
I'm gonna show you, you're
that.
looking for a paste. So you're not looking to puree it. That's why I don't put it in the processor. It's hard to get to this level, but that's it. I mean, it really didn't take that much time.
Mine's gonna be totally pureed.
And then, so it's a dill salsa verde. So dill is gonna be 40% of it, right? So let's get the dill first, or most of it. And you can chop the dill stems too, but I'm just gonna pull it off like this. And then a little bit of arugula on the board. So I'm just gonna show you my little jardin.
Pepperiness.
And then let's get some parsley.
And this is the flat leaf, so...
Flat leaf only, not curly. It's too strong here. This is really good.
Curly has a home, and it's usually next to a slice of orange in an omelet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
A good amount of tarragon, but I would use a ton more of this if I didn't have the dill.
Oh.
Now we get some basil. Okay, so let's just look at what we've done here. So we have mostly dill, then arugula, parsley, tarragon, and basil. Now, if you don't have tarragon, it's fine. But don't put rosemary or anything that's not soft. These are all soft herbs. And we're just gonna chop.
I'm putting this in the food processor already. GZ's like, wrong.
I mean, you can gently zip it up in a food processor.
You're gonna get a different. It's gonna pulverize the cellulose of the leaf and get the water's gonna come out. So it's gonna have a different texture. Okay, so we have everything here. So I want it to be chunky like that. And you're gonna see when I put this on the chicken, you're gonna be able to identify the herbs. So that's why I like to keep it like this. This goes in here, and this is very herbaceous. Do not be afraid to put all this in here. So remember, we're not putting any acid in here. There's no vinegar. Maybe a touch in the capers, but you don't want a lot of acid in this dish. This is particularly robust, that anchovy, caper, salty.
I mean, the caper scratched that itch enough, right?
And then we're gonna take some really good extra virgin olive oil.
Burning my eyes, there's so much herb aroma.
It's springtime in here.
Springtime.
It smells so good.
I'm gonna take this now, and I'm gonna make sure I add the right amount. What is the right amount? It's not there yet, but it will be shortly. And then when you put this in a jar, a mason jar, you can cover it with a little oil, and it'll stay in there. I keep mine for almost 2 weeks, as long as it's covered with oil. Okay, let's go get the chicken.
It's also a great way to use up herbs in your fridge. Make a salsa verde.
So here's the roast. I'm gonna get both of these on the table.
Look at that crispy skin.
1, 2. And this is the only time you probably don't have to use that. Otherwise, it's sacrilege to throw that away. Okay, so we got a nice chicken here. It does have the backbone here. So I'm just gonna pull this apart. It's got a cut here, very easy. It almost tears itself. Okay, get it off that. Okay,
Beautiful.
There, and if you want, you can cut it in half. You don't have to, but maybe it'd look more fun if we do that.
I always like when chicken has the bone, but is cut up into manageable pieces.
Yeah, especially if you're serving more than,
I think it presents better, I really do. It's one of those things you always cook more because the next day you just gnaw off the leg or make a chicken salad, right?
Juicy.
It looks too juicy. Can you send it back?
Way too
Too juicy.
And then we take our salsa verde with dill.
You're just chef fussing right now. I love
know.
it.
So bright.
You can see all the herbs. That's why I like
So bright.
To your point,
gorgeous.
Katie. Maybe now you put a squeeze of lemon on it and some sea salt on top, and there you have it.
There you go.
Okay?
There you
Half
go.
a chicken salsa verde from springtime with a dill salsa verde. All right, let's try it.
What?
I'm a
What's he
thigh
gonna
guy,
choose?
so I'm gonna go
What's he
right in
gonna
here,
go?
get a thigh. Getting a little bit of that. See that?
So cute.
Get a close-up of that.
I like the chunky bits in there. I stand corrected.
Uh-oh.
Sign the painting. It's done.
Sign the painting.
Sign the
Delicious.
painting?
The dill and caper is like so fantastic, and everything else is batting cleanup. And just the chicken itself, it's so simple. You don't need only salt and pepper because this adds too much of it. It's really delicious.